Okay, what is up, guys? This is the second part of my three-part video series of customizing headlights. The first part was opening and resealing the headlight because you can't do any work unless you're just putting a little tint overlay on the headlight. So we opened up the headlights, and now we're going to be installing the Diode Dynamics switchback sea light in the headlight. This is for the 2015 and up Subaru WRX Limited or 2015 and up STI. Let's go throw the sea lights in. If you don't know how to open your light, I already have a video for that, so click that over there, and there'll be a how-to on how to open and reseal your lights. To install these sea lights, obviously you got to take it apart. Got one piece, got the front. Now you have to take this inner piece out, and that is just as simple: 1, 2, and 3, and then this whole piece comes out. Step 1, or maybe 2 after opening the lights. And so after you take this out of the glass, you have to take this sea light cover off, the stock one. There's some plastic clips in here that you want to try not to break them all, so be careful with popping these. Basically just got to squeeze them together and it kind of pushes out. So let's get started here. Alright, so you separate it. On the Limited and the STI lights, you have this extra piece. That's what we want to pop out. Didn't break any of those. While you're doing this, if you wanted to black this or smoke this out, now would be a good time to do that. There's just a couple clips. You really just have to pop one out, and it's out. So let's get this other piece out. You don't have to be as gentle with these pieces because this is going right in the garbage. Alright, we got all that ready, and time to actually install the light. So we got here the Diode Dynamics switchback sea light. Got the drivers for it, some clips, and the extension from this goes from the driver to your new clips that you're going to be installing. And these are out. What I like to do, I like to try to actually test them before I put them in, because why do all that work and then have to take them back out? So let me get some sort of battery to plug into this, and we'll move it along. Try this. Battery might be very dead. Very bright. And good. Alright, as you can see, for the next step here, this sea light sits in here. This harness, this wire has to go out. So if you see, it'll fit. So either take a drill bit or a Dremel and widen that hole so you can fit this through. Alright. Alright, so after you drill that out, I obviously chose to use a Dremel. This is flexible, so it might not look like it's fitting perfectly, but it fits. I obviously went with the Dremel. It's in, wires ran through. Now just gotta put this little diffuser thing back on. Sea light's in. Could actually the battery's over there. I was gonna retest it for you, but sea light's in. You just got to do it for the driver's side. You just got to do it for the passenger side, and then sea lights are all good. Now that we got the actual sea light installed on the light itself, don't mind that, I'm painting that. Time to remove some stuff that isn't needed anymore. Now, you don't need this little board here because that has the LED that powered the stock sea light. And then you don't need this. This is your side marker bulb. That's actually where we're gonna wind up running all our wires out of here. So you're gonna take this little board off, take this off, and then move on to the next step. Reinstalled the side marker that's blacked out now. We gotta reinstall this into the rest of the headlight. But first, got these that are also blacked out. We're gonna throw these back in, and then get moving with reinstalling the sea light portion. One thing you're gonna run into is you have your demon eye, and you have to route that wire somewhere. So the wire is actually gonna go out where the side marker bulb was, because the side marker bulb is not gonna be used anymore, especially since it's blacked out. So we're worried about getting that through. That's through there. Let's put these other pieces on, and then we're gonna reinstall this guy. So let's do that. Alright, so we got these pieces in. That was that middle piece, this guy. Gotta install this back in the lens. It's gonna be like that. So good practice, maybe clean the inside of it first. So we're gonna clean this quick, then we'll move on to the next step. I got this wiped down. Throw this guy back in. Got our 3 screws, throw those in. Alright, so that's back in. Then you're basically done with the sea light install in the actual headlight. Obviously, we gotta put it back on here. So this is when we're gonna get back to the section of resealing your headlight, because demon eye is done. Sea light is basically done. This wire from your sea light is gonna go through that same hole that the wire from your demon eye went through. The wire for the sea light is gonna go into the hole where the side marker bulb used to be in the headlight, because we're not using that anymore. So now it's time to reseal it. We're basically done with this headlight. If you don't know how to reseal it, it's very simple, but there's going to be a link over here, and you could click that one to learn how to reseal the headlight. It's going to be open the headlight and resealing it. So let's put this back together. As you can see, the sea light install was very easy, not very difficult. The hardest part of the whole thing is actually, if you decide to paint, is waiting for the paint to dry. The diodynamic stuff they give you, it's very straightforward. You just have a white, a yellow, and a black wire that you have to connect. Your black wire is the power wire. Then your white wire is going to go to the red wire on your side marker bulb, which we disconnected and then we sealed up the hole. And then your yellow wire is going to connect to your turn signal on each side. So it's a different color on each side. If you actually go back to my video when I did the fog bezels, you will see which wire you actually have to connect to get your turn signal to work with that. The diode dynamic, the way they tell you to hook up the sea light, it might be a little bit different. If you want full power all the time, actually in that fog bezel video you could see where you actually have to hook up the wire to the daytime running light resistor in the front of the car. It's like on the passenger side. You could hook it up there and then you have power all the time. So like I said, it was very easy. Yeah, like I said, it was very easy, and don't be afraid to do it yourself. I want to thank you for joining me. Stay tuned. I actually have the video on how to open and reseal your headlights. I have a demon eye video also, so those will be in a little playlist. You can check those out if you want to do any of those mods. And if you don't subscribe already, give me the subscription, like, comment, and I'll see you on the next one.